Hey, the new Saints Row is here. You might want to try the game for yourself, or you might like it. We don't judge, so if you are playing, here are some tips and tricks and things the game doesn't tell you. We got 10 things, so let's get started off, of course, with number 10. Now, one of the coolest things they showed off pre-release with this game was this hoverboard. If you're playing it, you're gonna want this thing. It's fast, it's powerful, and it's just kind of fun to mess around with in the world. Now, the good news is that getting it isn't actually that difficult. To unlock it, you need to do two things. First, unlock Criminal Empire Tier 2, which just will happen naturally as you go through the game. And then after that's unlocked, just go to your planning board in your main base in the church and buy the Eureka Baiter Criminal Enterprise. Now, all you have to do is finish the first mission for it, and that's it. You unlock the hoverboard for use in free roam. The only real stumbling block here is that the Criminal Enterprise in question is pretty expensive. It costs $100,000 to buy, which can be a lot of money at that point in the game if you're fairly early in. Now, there are a few ways to make money fast, but we'll get to that later. This Enterprise you get is actually one of the best in the game. Every single mission for it unlocks some new piece of equipment, and they're all pretty good, so stick with that. You can get the Quantum Aperture that lets you shoot through walls, and the Thrust Buster that's basically like a sticky rocket football that's entertaining to use. So just focus on that stuff early on if you want cool stuff. Now, next over at number 9, you may have noticed these hidden history locations while driving around. They're basically historical sites where there are 5 little speakers dotted around the area where if you listen to them all, you get a small reward. These can be kind of interesting spots, but for the most part, the rewards are pretty cosmetic and boring, like this beer costume, for example. It's funny, but maybe not worth the trouble. There is one hidden history that's actually worth doing, though, because the reward you get for it is ridiculous. It's the Holy Fist of God. There are 2 locations you have to go to for this one. A church in East Providencia, which is right here on the map, and Meeker Square in Old Town West, right here. They're both relatively easy hidden history locations to complete. Just run around and activate all the speakers, and you're good to go. Finish both spots, and you'll unlock the Pugnus Sanctus Dei, a ludicrous weapon that's just a pair of extendable boxing gloves. What makes these things actually decent is that they take the place of a melee slot rather than a pistol slot, and they can absolutely melt through armored opponents. Get a good flow going and you're just unstoppable with these stupid things. They're goofy, but they're useful. Even if it's tedious and kind of boring to get them, maybe you should consider doing so. Now, next over at number 8, there are certain things like performing a barrel roll. It should be simple, but for some reason, how to do one is never really explained anywhere in the game, at least from where we saw. We went through the controls and it's not in there. It wouldn't be that big of a deal, but to unlock many vehicles' special ability, the game asks you to do a barrel roll in them. So it's something that you need to do. So here's how to do it. Find a ramp, jump in the air, and then hold A. Now, while holding A, your car will tilt and yaw like an airplane rather than just spin. So now just hold left or right for one full rotation to do a barrel roll. That's it. If you got a vehicle that wants you to do 3 rolls, then I found a pretty good spot to do them. There's a fast travel point near the top of the map at Bear Lake. Fast travel there with your vehicle and then head to the right. There's a hill over there that's perfect for jumps. Just head up and you'll find a bunch of spots where you can get a lot of air, enough that it's not too difficult to get 2 barrel rolls down with just 1 jump. Now, just rinse and repeat and you're good. This is just a good spot overall to do any stunt jump challenges the game wants you to do, so just make a note. Next over at number 7, out in the countryside, you can sometimes find these random shooting galleries. You might pass them up as another tedious thing, but you get some pretty decent rewards for doing them. There's one way in the northwest past the prison, and if you finish it, you get a pistol skin that transforms your gun into an Old West revolver. These shooting galleries can be kind of a pain though. They want you to shoot 15 hidden targets, which should be easy, but some of these things are tough to spot. The Ghost Town one is especially bad, because on top of the outlaw standees, there are wolves and birds too. It's just really easy to miss. Now, there's another shooting gallery way in the south near the dam. That one takes place in an abduction site and gets you the Lawgiver skin, aka the Judge Dredd gun. These places are easy to miss, but they're at least worth pushing through and finishing through some of the boredom to get the cool gun skins, because they're probably some of the coolest ones in the game. Now, next over at number 6, on top of that barrel roll we mentioned, there are a lot of controls that are just never really explained in the game. These ones feel less essential though, so we're just gonna throw them all into one point. Some of these are for more fun, like the fact that you can turn on police sirens when you're in a law enforcement vehicle. Just click the stick. Now with the sirens on, traffic will move out of your way. And cars don't really seem to move when you honk with a regular car horn, so this can be useful. Now there's the gun wheel button that you can use to swap between your various weapons, but did you know that if you tap the button, then you'll swap between the last 2 most recently selected guns? I know that's video game 101 for a lot of people, but still something that the game didn't tell you in a tutorial. Also, while you're in a vehicle, you can only use one-handed weapons with seemingly no way to swap between them, but you can actually do it. Just press up on the D-pad to swap between pistols and submachine guns. You know, none of this stuff is game-changing, but still stuff to figure out, and we figured we'd point it out. Next over at number 5, we got a basic one. I know this one sounds stupid, but I think if there's one thing a lot of people are going to not figure out immediately, it's that the game never explicitly tells you how to refill your ammo, specifically for some of the special weapons like RPGs. So you may end up going through a portion of the game just carrying around weapons that you can't shoot. Obviously, enemies pop money and ammo crates, but take out the harder guys to get that heavy weapon ammo. And to simply refill all your stuff, you just need to go to any gun store and press Y to auto refill your ammo reserves. It works exactly the same way as old Saints Row games. The only issue is that the button prompt is really small, so it's very easy to miss this crucial mechanic. Next over at number 4, early in the game, you're probably going to be hurting for cash. Eventually, after buying enough properties, you'll have more money than you could ever spend, but at least at first, it can be kind of difficult to earn some cash, especially if you want to buy some of the more expensive criminal enterprises. Now, I tried just about everything to see which activity gets you the most money, but for the most part, with most things, you get around 3,000 to 8,000 bucks. It's not nothing, but it's not great, and these can sometimes be pretty time-consuming. So if you want to make a lot of money fast, the best way is with the Atcha app missions, the ones where you give bad business reviews for money. The lower the rating, the more dangerous the response, but if you survive, and it's not usually that hard, then you'll get 10,000 bucks straight up every time. And these missions are plentiful, they're everywhere, and they're short, generally pretty easy, and you can repeat them. And while the payout isn't amazing, it's better than some of the average early stuff. So if you want money fast, we'd say to just stick with these, seek them out on the map, just give 1-star ratings to everything every time you do it, and earn. Now over at number 3, this one is pretty self-explanatory. Now I mentioned in the review that I could never get the controls to feel quite right. Third-person shooting never felt great, but here's what you can try and do. Because for whatever reason, the dead zone settings on this game start off cranked up to the max, making your controls feel a lot less responsive. So if you just go into the settings and turn that crap down either to 0 or just slightly above that, depending on the condition of your controller, it might feel better. It's good that the game has dead zone settings at all, but there's no reason to keep them at the default. It just makes playing the game feel way more sluggish than it needs to be. Next over at number 2, let's get more into the nitty-gritty here with the control stuff. There's an incredibly nasty bug in this game that's seemingly been affecting people with pre-release versions of the game. We're not sure exactly how it's going to be updated or even how it triggers or why, but around the 10 to 12 hour mark, all your controls will lock up and all you'll be able to do is run around and jump. You can't shoot, you can't get in cars or talk to people, you're basically trapped. We've seen reports of this happening to a lot of people, and although the day 1 patch may fix it, you never know what can happen in this game, so here's what can help. Especially because it's a problem with the save files too. Reloading the save doesn't fix it. So if you are playing pre-release or you just didn't download the day 1 patch, this is purely for the Xbox One X version of the game, which we played this for. We're gonna pass on our experience. It may not help everyone, it might help you. Just know that once the bug hits, and you'll know when you see it, because it's pretty obvious, just exit the game and perform a hard reset. You don't need to reset the console, but turn the game off completely. Make sure it's not running in the background or anything. Turn it off 100%, then restart it. That should fix this soft lock. It did work for us, but maybe just because we were quick. This is a pretty bad bug, so if you do experience it, just completely go quick, shut down, and restart the game, and hopefully it'll go back to normal for you. It might not be for everyone, like we said, but yeah. Now down to number 1, one of the most seemingly pointless activities in the game is dumpster diving. There are these like glowing garbage bins around the city that you can check out that usually net you around 2,000 bucks, which is small. It is chump change in this game. It seems pointless, but sometimes these dumpsters can hide some pretty amusing rewards, like the tissue box shoes or this pizza box hat. The most ridiculous thing you can get are 4 pieces of a golden truck. You'll have to dumpster dive pretty much all over the city to find these parts, but once you get them all, small, your reward is a golden truck, all right? Like it's just a golden dump truck. It's so stupid and pointless, but it is a decent Saints Row joke. We just had to show it off here. Compared to the rewards you get for other seemingly pointless random activities, this isn't much, but we wanted to point it out. It's goofy. Anyway, those are 10 tips, 10 tricks, 10 things the game didn't really tell you. Just some more stuff to kind of improve your experience with the game. Hope you're having better luck and you're enjoying it a bit more than us. If you have any more tips for people, we'd love to hear them in the comments. If you want to leave tips for other people's playing, that would be pretty nice. But let us know what you think of the game so far, anything at all. And if this helped you, clicking the like button, of course, as you know, does help us out. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.